going on, guys? It's Chum here, bringing you episode 3 of the Stanley Parable. I forgot the name for a minute, I don't know why. But, I'm kind of into something already. I typed in face punch because I was trying to see if I broke the game or not in episode 1. But I glanced over something that said type in face punch. So I did, and I untyped it, but I'm going to retype it. But, you know, big old Jimmy is saying
Go
something.
anywhere except badly. The thing to do
I'll
now,
redo
Stanley
it.
thought to
Face
himself, is to
punch.
wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here,
This is what
I can
face
be
punch
happy
does. I didn't know
forever.
that.
I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Huh.
Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. What happened?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
Alright, I'm going to cut until I'm done with this again.
This couldn't
so
go anywhere
I will be
except
right back.
badly.
Alright guys, we're back. It turns out, I guess that was one of the endings, which is pretty weird. I want to try and get every ending.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Like I
simply missed a
said,
memo.
I was reading this stuff and I glanced over a few things.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
330. I saw something about 334, or it was the window, something like that, or maybe it was this one of these windows. Huh. I don't know.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Alright, let's
Nor
try.
did it advance the story in any way. When
Alright, so
Stanley
we get
came
here.
to a
Let's
set
actually
of
try
two
and take
open
the
doors,
correct route.
He entered the door on his left.
Let's take the door to the left. Oh, sorry, my phone's going off again. I'm gonna shut that off quick.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
So
of
this is how it
disbelief,
looks like when it's
Stanley
actually
decided
good
to
to
go
go.
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it, or what is? Oh, never mind. I'm not a fast enough reader. All right, let's go to the broom closet, or what is that? Yeah, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned
for
around
broom.
and got back on track.
For some reason, I feel like there's something here now.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm gonna stay here and keep clicking on everything because I have a feeling something's here now.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
Yeah, 'cause
At
you're gonna
least
get
if there was
hostile
something
now,
to
see?
interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yep, sweet FA.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because you're a big old bully. That's why I don't like dealing with bullies. Just gonna put my face in the corner.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Yes, there is.
I never
This
would have
broom.
thought to mention it.
This broom has something to do with this. I can crouch? When did this become a
This
thing?
is somehow its own branching path. Maybe
I played the
when you
demo
get
and I
in trouble
couldn't
about this
crouch
with
or
your friend,
anything.
You'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm so happy. I'm not happy, but I just didn't know you could.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He
Wow.
probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or
Wow,
with
the
drug money.
hostility this
Also,
man's
Stanley is
getting
addicted
now.
to drugs
Call me
and
fat and
hookers.
stuff. If I could see my legs, I'd be able to tell you, but...
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place
from the area,
at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of
this guy's real name is Kevin,
lost on them.
because
when you've done that, just
when I was doing the research, it said that that was the voice guy. Oh, just gonna keep chilling, Kevin. Oh, just a big chill. Something.
Second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're gonna go down. Red light. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself.
If you guys can hear anything in the background, I'm sorry to just inform you ahead of time.
He came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken
this is great.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice
you don't
was
do the wrong
describing
thing,
itself
silly,
being
but
considered by
I always do
Stanley,
the wrong
who
thing.
found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's
we can
describing
get really
my
low
thoughts,
down to the
he
flow.
thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Yep, oh, that's
Now, hearing the voice
nasty.
speak
Looks
these
like a
words was
little
quite a
something,
shock to
something
Stanley.
happened over here.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Dream.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
This guy's going crazy.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
I don't wish it to be over.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
No, who'd want to sit at a computer
My life
and
is
just
normal.
push buttons and have
normal.
to talk to people and get
Everything
pissed
will be
off at them
fine.
because they don't want to, like, comprehend the real thing.
Okay.
Not the real thing, but just comprehend what they have to say. Oh, still right exactly where I was.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
That's not what I'm saying.
And everything went black.
Oh. And everything went black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh, wow, this is the first
but
time
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
That's Stanley.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few
I love how she's
brief
just
moments,
like
she
sitting,
considered the
like has like
strange
a
man.
finger like by her mouth,
He
like,
was
oh
obviously
no,
crazy.
I wonder
This
what
much she
happened.
knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
My goodness.
she thought to herself
Like,
how
don't
lucky she
start
was to be
running right
normal.
now. Just
I am saying,
continue to look at me.
I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important
Why
people
would you be
whose
happy that
impressions of
somebody
her
died?
would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, it's about time she turned and ran. Is that the end of that one too? Alright guys, I take it that's the end of that one. I'm starting to get the gist of like every ending is about like 15 minutes long. But I'm having fun playing this. I still am. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Later, guys.